Okay, welcome to Game 1 of AD2L Season 29 Contender League between Savage Sabers versus Petting Zoo Rejects Feeder Team. There was a small problem that came during the lobby phase. I got into offline mode for some reason and it kicked me out. But we are able to watch it. There might be a delay from their game to me. I'm not sure if they have set a delay or something like that. It's probably going to be 2 minutes, and the stream is on 5-minute delay, so it's going to be a total of 7-minute delay. And I apologize for anyone watching, but we will catch up to them when they go to game 2, because they will take a small break, and it'll be the 2 minutes, and we will be right back on schedule. First banning phase has taken place. Savage Sabers banning out Underlord, Morphling, whereas Petting Zoo Feeder Team banned out Kunkka and Jakiro. Kunkka, Darth Walker's standard hero, and Jakiro is one of the comfort heroes for both the supports of Savage Saber, so no surprises there. Petting Zoo Feeder Team, I think Backyard Place Underlord, who is standing in for Petting Zoo Feeder Team. Looks like he came from the main team to their sister team in the same league. And Morphling ban is kind of interesting. I'm not sure if if this new team of Petting Zoo Rejects have a Morphling player that they were that worried that they had to ban it first phase. So very interesting ban coming from Savage Sabers. And they go ahead and pick Grandma or Snapfire. Grandma has played mostly or exclusively by Stardust on the team Savage Saber, so it is safe to assume it's going to be a pause for Snapfire. Followed by with a Sand King or some kind of secondary stun offlaner that Reaper likes to play. Oh, looks like it's a Slaughter. Same thing as Sand King. Yeah, you have that stun to follow up as soon as you're cookied. Petting Zoo Feeder Team pick Witch Doctor. Really good support, really good pause 5. Gives you heal if the lane goes bad. Just gonna go and skill that heal. Or gives massive damage if you're a safe lane carry who wants to be aggressive early on, like a Slark or Drow, to just input damage into the Maldic. So the more damage you input into the enemy, the more hurtful it is. Witch Doctor needs to be a bit careful when laning against the Slaughter. And the Grandma, really squishy hero, bash into stun into cookie, might end up killing the Witch Doctor. Petting Zoo Rejects Feeder Team pick up the Tidehunter. Really good against both Slaughter and Sapphire because of the innate ability of the Tidehunter to purge anything after crossing a certain damage threshold. We're going into the second ban phase. Most of the teams usually they like to ban the meta cores or the massive carry heroes in this phase. And some teams are even going ahead and picking their carry in the first phase itself, in the first phase second pick, so that they can ban all the 3 counters that can come towards that carry. Looks like neither of the teams are doing it over here. But they might be looking to ban some of the niche heroes that each team has, or the meta carries that exist right now, like Spectre Sven, Magnus, who's Enabler, Medusa, Terrorblade, and some sorts like that. Looks like Savage Saber went ahead and banned Medusa and Slark, whereas Petting Zoo Reject Feeder Team have banned Magnus. Petting Zoo Feeder Team might look to ban more control heroes. From mid, most likely. Looks like they went ahead and banned the Klings. Kling's extremely strong right now. Does a lot of tower damage, doesn't need much items to do tower damage, and if he does get farm and gets the items that he needs, he's a force to be reckoned with. Savage Saber's banning the Slark. Very interesting ban, especially when they have a Slaughter. Usually pick the Slaughter to counter this Slark. Maybe the Petting Zoo Rejects Feeder Team has a really good Slark player, and they really don't want to give them the comfort pick of picking the Slark. I would like to see either of the teams ban Swen or Spectre, and either take one of them into their drafts, so that those two carries at the moment are really strong right now. All you need is level 15 and Ags on Swen, and level 20 on Spectre, and she's unkillable even if she has a bad laning phase. Looks like Savage Sabers go ahead and ban Juggernaut. The same Juggernaut falls in the same category as the Swen and Spectre, but if a Juggernaut has a really bad time early on and doesn't get the space or time to farm those one or two items, feels really weak. Even if he does farm those one or two items, he can still be stun lock killed. So maybe Petting Zoo feeder team has their core play Juggernaut. This is the new team of Petting Zoo Rejects. They're also having this branch team system in AD2L. And there's some new players. The only players I know are, I think, Sharky. I believe I played with Mercy once in the original team, Petting Zoo Rejects, and back here Slits. The last man in the second phase from Petting Zoo Rejects feeder team is Nature Prophet. Nature Prophet can be played in a versatile roles. Can be a pause 4, pause 5, pause 1, pause 2. Actually, it can be any role. So maybe they are worried Savage Sabers has some kind of Nature Prophet player, which I'm not sure if they do. But yeah. Petting Zoo Rejects pick up a Sharky Classic Hero Ogre Magi. I'm not sure if Sharky is playing support or offlane. I think the recent game that I made AD2L content for week 2, I think he played one game as support, the other game he played core. Maybe he's trying to figure it out with his new team. He's trying to see what role can give the best to their team. Savage Sabers most likely going to be picking Graphics Hero at pause 5. And it's going to be a Lich. Really heavy team fight oriented for Savage Sabers. They just need to make sure that they are vigilant of the cooldowns that all these heroes have, and don't accidentally use it too early, and patiently wait, especially the Lich. You don't want to use this Lich ult too early on, and let it only hit one person and bounce into a creep wave and just vanish. But both Savage Saber have 2 saves at the moment. Snapfire can cookie heal. I believe it's a level 15 talent, so as soon as she hits level 15, you have this heal. You can heal people. And Lich can either Sinister Gear and stop the enemy from bashing the enemy hero, or use the ice armor and give some protection. Personally, the Savage Saber, the 3 heroes are looking kind of scary. They were like these 3 hunters who can go hunt around. Whereas when I see Petting Zoo Rejects feeder team, they are really heavily dependent on this Ravage CD. But if the Ravage is on CD, Petting Zoo feeder team can't really go for a hunt mode with the Tidehunter. So that's one advantage Savage Saber seems to have so far in the drafting phase. I would like to see some kind of aggressive safe laner from Petting Zoo Rejects, or even a mid laner. And looks like it's going to be Phantom Assassin. I'm not sure if I love this pick. PA struggles a lot in the laning phase. And you're already going to be going against a Snapfire Slaughter with a Witch Doctor. So if the Witch Doctor is able to do really well and buy the time that this Phantom Assassin wants, then it might be good for Petting Zoo Rejects feeder team. But if this Phantom Assassin suffer, it can get hard for PA to flash farm early on, especially if she doesn't go Battle Fury. And if she goes into Battle Fury, she's basically delaying the timing on the Deso, as well as the BKB that's gonna come. I would personally keep the Ogre Magi with the Phantom Assassin in the safe lane instead of the Witch Doctor, so that there's this tanky meat support which can just man up against the Slaughter and Grandma. And safe lane carry pick revealed by Savage Sabers. It's going to be a Faceless Void. What more can you ask from both the supports? Someone who can get a 4-man or 3-man or even a 5-man chrono, and you can drop your Lich ult and you can drop your Snapfire ult. So as long as Savage Sabers fight when they have chrono, it should be pretty much a win in their side. All the team fights, all they have to do is make sure that they hold this Tidehunter in the chrono, so that Ravage does not come off, and it should be an easy kill. Every time their main focus should be this Tidehunter, and the supports should be a secondary kind of kill. Puck being banned from Savage Sabers and Void Spirit being banned from Petting Zoo Rejects Feeder team. Looks like I think Savage Sabers need some kind of space maker. Someone who can go fight. I know Dart plays Pango. Looks like they banned the Kunkka. There's still Storm, so it's not too much of a bad Storm game. Who else is there? I think the Pango role in these in the Chrono acts a bit weird. But there's still Storm who can zip through, keep a Remnant mid zip, and the Remnant falls, and you can keep doing damage. Go out of the back lines on the Switch Doctor. Petting Zoo Reject might look to ban the Pango, or I mean Storm Spirit. 5 seconds remaining. I would like to see more team fight coming from Petting Zoo Reject's feeder team. Maybe someone like Death Prophet to take towers. As I see the team of PZR, I don't really see anyone taking these early towers, and you would really need a TA to do all the tower damage. So I'm a bit worried about that. So as long as they can take care of it, it should be fine. And last pick from Savage Sabers is a Pangolier. Petting Zoo Rejects could pick a Bloodseeker, but mid Bloodseeker is really weak, and if they do go for a Bloodseeker pick, they don't really have any tower damage. There is this Hunter that you get on PZR, but I'm not sure if that's what they want. So a really good pick from Savage Sabers picking this Pango, where they're forcing the PZR. If you want to counter me, you can pick this Bloodseeker, but your draft is going to just fall apart. I think Death Prophet is still looking really good. Can go toe-to-toe against Pango in this lane. I did not see that pick coming. I'll be honest. Petting Zoo Rejects picking the Lion? Hey, you know what? I'm not going to judge. It just makes the game more interesting. Sharky is on the Ogre Magi. We have Sir Dota 2, or is it RK? I'm not sure. I think it's RK. RK on the Phantom Assassin, Oxy on Witch Doctor, and Mercy on Tidehunter, and Jamie on Lion. And for Savage Sabers, we have Darthwalker on the Pangolier, Gavprint on Faceless Void, Graphics on the Lich, the Reaper on the Slaughter, and Stardust, the team captain of Savage Sabers, on Snapfire. Maybe they were trying to do a mid Tidehunter, but their offlane looks really weak unless it's an offlane Ogre Magi. Even if it's an offlane Ogre Magi, you're basically giving a free lane to this Void. I'm really worried about the lineup of PZR. They might be looking to meme it a bit too much with this Lion, but if the line pops off mid and gets an early lead and gets an Ags, the damage nuke is going to be scary for the side of Savage Sabers. They have really squishy heroes, and Faceless Void can just be bursted.